So I grew up with very different views of self-confidence being exemplified within the household, um, and it's made it very hard for me to navigate when I'm having self-confidence or when I've been told that I'm being full of myself and all that shit. Um, my mom lacked self-confidence and was put down by others and whatnot. Um, so she didn't have as much confidence and she didn't exemplify much confidence in things that she did at times. And then have a father who is freaking overly confident in his abilities and capabilities and all of that, and is stuck in his ways of he's right and not very many other people are, and it's his way, and he struggles to allow others to present their way or just another option. And how that presented for me. So I was seeing the person who is super confident in something that isn't correct. And then I'm having a person who's not showing confidence. So it made me learn how to really question my own confidence within myself. Plus, I had others always telling me that I'm so full of myself because I'm always right or I always have to be right and everything like that. And it wasn't about that, it was about correct information. And then I'm not trying to be full of myself for being correct, I'm just being correct. So yeah, to constantly be told like I'm being cocky or full of myself, even though I'm not, and I know someone in my life who is that way, and and doesn't make sense to me why they are because they're not correct. It's just made for a very confusing lifetime of others always misconstruing me and never knowing how I'm being taken or being taken correctly, because there's just I've got all these examples of when not to and when to and yada yada, and it's just hard to navigate when people are inauthentic. Because you got people talking nowadays, listics, that just they beat around the bush, or they interpret things and they add their own meanings to things. And so you add that into me being misinterpreted, and you couple that with the whole familial exemplifying things in an unhealthy way and everything, and it's really no wonder why I have so much difficulties believing people, understanding people, trusting people, all of that stuff. Um, and it's just I don't know. When you see so many different polarizing views and ways of doing things and they're different, it just doesn't make sense to my head. And I don't get why freaking, you know, people would misconstrue or anything like that. It doesn't make sense. I've had why people would lie, why people think that they would not be open to hearing a different way. In the example with my father, in trying to offer different ways of doing things, um, even in my daily life, offering people other ways of doing things, it tends to get shot down, which is interesting. I don't understand it. Why someone offering you an alternative way of doing something would not be listened to, heard out, and whatnot. It's not like I'm trying to make you feel less than or anything in showing you a different way. I'm just trying to help you be more efficient. Um, but yeah, the whole stuck in the way and having to be their way or the highway, basically. And it's. Now, don't get me wrong, I have my own ways of doing things. I really do. But, and I get dysregulated when it's not my way. But it's not my way or the highway. It's not like I'm not open to hearing why a different way of doing things and hearing it out. You know? So it's just to be told myself that I'm stuck in my ways, I found the most efficient way, and if you just allow me to explain why it's efficient, then we'd understand. But no one wants to have a conversation anymore. So this ties back to the conversation thing. It's really the way society has taught us to interact and communicate with one another really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It's very confusing. And I don't know why it has to be so confusing. Because it's really straightforward for words to be what they are and mean what they mean. And that's the end of it. So yeah. I don't know. I run out of words. This kind of shifted, but yeah. Run out of words. Have a good day.